Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the Nemesis Gaming League. And did you hear something? Oh, I did. It's playoff time, all right? And today, we're starting off the playoffs in one of my favorite leagues, the Prospect League. I'm here joined by my boy Chunklight. How are we doing today?
Doing good, doing good. We are both Prospect League players at one point, but some of us got better, some of us got worse. Uh, but it is good to be in the play-in bracket, Gallium.
Oh, yeah. Play-ins, super fun. And for those who are unaware of what the play-ins are, let me just go over them real quick, okay? So you have four teams. You have the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th seed. The 7th and 8th seeds have two chances to get into the playoff, the actual playoff bracket. So, for instance, if the Wyverns win tonight, they will play the number 2 the number 2 gladiators, and the Bandits would then advance to play the winner of Minotaurs and Faded for that last 8th seed spot. So hopefully shouldn't be too confusing. I'm sure most of you are aware of the play-ins already. But in terms of the playoff slash play-ins in the Prospect League, honestly, this probably might be better than Prospect playoffs last season. A lot of great teams we have here. And I mean, if I'm the Wyverns and the Bandits, I really want to win this game because I feel like you do not want to take on this Rooks team right about now.
Yeah, you do not want to fall down to play a team that has won their match as well, because if you lose this match, you will play the winner of that Minotaurs Faded, which will be a team with a little bit of momentum. And then if you do win that game after you lose, you will go on to play that Rooks team. And I would much rather play Gladiators than Rooks if I were a Prospect League player. It just seems like a way harder team. So both these teams should be gunning to win it tonight.
Yes, they both will. And to introduce our matchup here, we have the Wyverns obviously taking on the Bandits here, 7th, 8th seed clash in the Prospect League. Wyverns are going to rock with Dino, Postman, and King Koku. Bandits going to go with Jonesy, Ghost Bacon, and ECT Kakarot. So, hey, got some good players in this matchup, and I'm excited to see this Bandits team. I'm not too familiar with this team, but it seems as though Bandits, they had a pretty good season, pretty all right season, but unfortunately just couldn't make that playoff spot. And I was incorrect. It's not going to be ECT. It's going to be RmMonkey as that third player for the Bandits. So honestly, I recognize a lot of names here. I think this is going to be a great matchup, probably one of the better ones of the night, right? I mean, you have probably my biggest sleeper team in the Prospect League, the Wyverns, going against a Bandits team who are looking to prove themselves as underdogs here and, maybe get a spot and take it all the way. You never know, John.
Yeah, I personally have played this Wyverns teams in scrims earlier, and they are not a team you want to let score on you a bunch because they will put in shot after shot. Their offense is so good, and once they go up, they can park the bus pretty well. It is not easy to get a goal on them. On the other side, you've got these bandits who you've got Ghost Bacon, who was a novice player. He moved up to Chally, and now he's in Prospect. So expect to see his name. And then Jonesy, that is probably their go-to guy on Bandits. If Jonesy's playing well, then they should have a good time tonight. And then RmMonkey, it's kind of the X factor. If he steps up, it should be good for Bandits here.
Yeah, I mean, out of this entire lobby, I will say Jonesy is probably the most improved player from season 12 to 13. So we'll see how this one matches up here. First ever postseason game of season 13 underway on your screen right now as we see Dino taking it across the pitch. Gonna get a 50 here post. He's up for it. He sends it up. Dino, can he get there? No. Jonesy's going to save that away. Now King Koku, he has an opportunity. Dino, he's up. Gets the bump, but no follow immediately. RmMonkey going to take his time. He has a little bit of time. Gets a nice flick. He has about 50 boost. What can he make work for it? RmMonkey, he can't get another touch. And now it's up to Jonesy with a full tank of boost to 50 it back into the Bandits' own end. And it seems as though right now both teams still trying to feel each other out. I mean, obviously it's a playoff game, a lot of stream nerds, but is Postman gonna peek here? He almost gets an insane flip reset. Both these teams, I mean, I'm not seeing a whole lot of stream nerds here, John.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of aerial approaches from Wyverns. We saw one from Dinohsores. We just saw one from Postman. We've seen pretty good opportunities for them so far, but Bandits kind of on that back foot right now. They kind of need an opportunity to get a shot here, as they have been getting outshot now 4-0 in this game.
Yeah, 4-0 is definitely not a hole you want to be in, but as long as you're not conceding any goals, I'd consider that a little bit of a win. But Ghost Bacon, who was on the Banshees last season, wait a second, Postman might have an open net here, just barely misses, as that one could have been very dangerous. But as I was saying, Ghost Bacon, who was on the Banshees last season, he was a player that I really wanted to see succeed. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it done and make the playoffs, but I'm glad to see him at least in the play-in this time around, and I really hope he has a big game, or big performance in this series, rather, as we see Postman, one of my former teammates, take it across the pitch. Ghost Bacon gets, oh my goodness, that was a 50 of doom and despair back into Bandits' end. King Koku sends it down. Jonesy can't hit it, but Ghost Bacon there to save it away. Still have not conceded a goal yet. Can the Wyverns find that goal? And maybe they might park the bus here, because it seems like Bandits can't really play offense as King Koku rings it off the crossbar. That was a dangerous shot.
Yeah, this offense, like I warned, this Bandits team has kind of gotten going. They've showed incredible, I jinx it, and they'll score their first off of their 8th shot. Took 8 opportunities here, Gallium, but a great pass, just a little overcommit from Bandits, and they're able to capitalize here. They've had a lot of good opportunities. We saw an open net from, I believe it was Postman, but it was a hard angle.
Yeah, definitely a tough angle for sure, but I mean, Dino slots it in. I mean, he did not need to do the bottom right slot, but I mean, you just want to show off your prowess. And speaking of prowess, RmMonkey, he not only dunks one, he dunks a second on that one. What a pass from Ghost Bacon, and RmMonkey is just going to take it over too. What a play.
Yeah, RmMonkey in a really good spot after that really initiation from Ghost Bacon. Able to follow up the shot with a double dunk and able to put it away to equal up this game.
Yeah, this game, it seems like this is kind of going to be the entire series here, just very close Rocket League, and that's what we love to see, you know, some entertainment to start us off early here, as we see Dino taking it down the pitch. Ghost Bacon going to defend it well. Jonesy gets a touch, gets a second. The ball is sent, traveling towards the Wyverns' end, but Postman, he's going to get a nice touch. Postman gets it on the sidewall. He has about 30 boosts. Can he get the flip reset? He does. Gets it over one. Can Dino put it away? Ghost Bacon, incredible defense considering how low he was on boost. This ball might just go in. It hits off the crossbar. No one can get there. Postman a little awkward there. King Koku sends it down. Now it's RmMonkey back there to defend. He gets blown up, and now Dino is going to take his time here. He gets it past one. A great play from him. Ghost Bacon, though, is going to cut it off immediately. He can't make the touch because he didn't have boost, and Jonesy trying to find a teammate with that pass, but immediately gets blocked away here. And the Bandits, they're starting to get a little bit more shots, but so far the Wyverns have 10 shots right now. I think if the Bandits want to win this game one, they're going to have to up their shot total here, and you know, I think the only way they can do that is if they just push up a little bit in the midfield. What say you, Chunk?
Chunk says that they've kind of slowed down the offense. We saw 8 at like the first goal. We've kind of seen them slow down this game, kind of make it more a neutral game, a lot of infield battle. I think that is favoring more of the side of Bandits here, as they've gotten really good 50s as the ball leakers in front of the net, but they've had really good opportunities, I'd say, more so than in this latter half of the game.
I mean, right now they had a couple opportunities to score, but Wyvern's defense showing up and showing out. Haven't had to show up too much, but you know, when they have, they've really stepped up to the plate. Ghost Bacon's going to get a touch, gets a second. Postman a little awkward here. Dino, he gets a touch, sends it off the backboard. Postman tries to get it past another. He's unable to. King Koku gets a touch, tries to get another. He can't. Now, the ball is just still floating in the Bandits' end. Postman gets a touch. Can he air dribble it over another? RmMonkey, great defense from him, but he's slowly falling to the ground, and Dino is going to put a screamer in the back of the net.
Yeah, really good little pop there from Postman. Makes RmMonkey awkward. No boost. Dino strikes at the correct opportunity to slam it home and put them in front with only 11 seconds left.
Yeah, I mean, what an insane goal. Can they get maybe another one? Can the Bandits score? Rather, RmMonkey, he takes it off the wall. He tries to get another touch, and the ball is going to hit the ground here. So Wyverns, they take game one in very close fashion, but I feel like they still kind of dominated this game in total. I mean, of course, the shots, but I feel like overall in the midfield, they were just looking super dominant, and it felt like they could do anything they wanted with the ball. The Bandits just played great defense, and if Bandits can play great defense and still have that offense, I think Wyverns might be in for a little bit of some trouble.
Yeah, Jonesy kind of quiet that game. I feel like he'll warm up later into this game, but just a impressive showing from Wyverns. Really, I saw a lot of mechanical plays, a lot of solo plays that led up to other people scoring, and I'd say they had the greater teamwork here in this match one.
Yeah, it's not crazy to say that at all there, Chunk. Great analysis from you, as always. But going into this game, too, right, we're traveling to the train station. Goated map, by the way, probably one of the best maps in the game. Wyverns, they need to keep their foot on the gas, right? You can't let the Bandits have any sort of momentum, right? This is a best-of-5 series. So it's not a best-of-7 where you have a lot of time to really adjust to your opponent. You just need to play your style of Rocket League, and you need to play it at the highest level you possibly can right now. And it seems as though, so far, Wyverns, they're doing a pretty good job, but Bandits, they're just right there. They're not out of this series by any means. I thought that game one was not indicative of how the rest of the series is going to go for them. So we'll see as game number 2 going to get underway. Here's Jonesy, gets a first touch, has a full tank of boost, gets a nice 50. Now Postman a little awkward here. He gets a nice touch. Ghost Bacon is screaming up in the air there. RmMonkey gets a touch. Ghost Bacon, he can't turn for this. He doesn't have boost. King Koku with the shot. He can't find it. Postman can't get it there as well. Very close opportunity. Dino sends it up. The ball is traveling in the Bandits' end. Can't really find anything here. The ball's still floating. Dino doesn't have boost, but Ghost Bacon didn't know that. King Koku with a full tank tries to get a 50, but Jonesy pops it up above him. Postman, he can't find this touch. Dino, he gets it instead, and he's going to try to carry this down the field. He gets it past one. Can he get it past another? No. Ghost Bacon, incredible defense from him. Seems like I've been calling his number on defense more times than I have not. He's been playing incredible on the defensive end here. King Koku sends it into the end of the Bandits. Postman gonna get a touch, gonna try to get a 50, and he's successful, but not probably the 50 that he wanted. Dino tries to get a 50, and he does. Now it's King Koku on the other end. Seems as though the Wyverns, they can't really find an opening here. I think the opening is gonna have to come via a 50-50, and I think that's what they're banking on here is, wait a second, Jonesy, 0 boost here, and oh no, an unfortunate miss from King Koku leads to a Jonesy goal, and the Bandits are up by 1.
Yeah, Jonesy caught in a 1v1. King Koku has a lot of boost. He has 0. And I guess he hit him with a shadow flick. Just not a whole lot of expected. I feel like King Koku had a lot of respect for him there, and just kind of let that one through.
Yeah, sometimes it just be like that, you can't really get the flick, and oh my goodness, well, talk about making up for it. King Koku just absolutely sent that ball into the back of the net. RmMonkey gets an unfortunate touch, and he couldn't follow it up. King Koku just soaring through the skies and puts it away. Now it's tied. Bandits, they had their first lead in this entire series for, I would say, a solid 4 seconds. If they can get that number up, I think that'll bode well for them. We'll see, though, as King Koku gets a demo into Ghost Bacon. RmMonkey has to control this. He does pretty well for himself. He's still up with it. Dino gets a nice 50. Can't find another here. Wait a second, he might just, his 0 boost is not a problem for Dino so far. RmMonkey sends it off the side. Postman pops it high. Postman is unable to find another. Ghost Bacon maybe with the shot. No, he's going to opt for the pass. It's off the backboard. Sends it over to King Koku. King Koku gets 50'd out. RmMonkey just winning all of these 50s, and oh my goodness, almost wins a third 50 right there. Dino doesn't have any boost. Postman's going to take it from him. Postman gets a touch. He gets bumped off of this, though, and Ghost Bacon is going to send it into the midfield. Jonesy, he beats out a defender. Can he get it past another? No, he cannot. Ghost Bacon, he sends it the way of the Wyverns. Postman gets a touch. Dino down the field. What a save from RmMonkey. This man is incredible on the defensive end, and that is probably the biggest save of the series so far.
Yeah, screamer on net there. RmMonkey just able to save, and they've kind of found themselves on the back foot now, but they've shown incredible defense both in game 1 and in game 2, but they do need to find an opportunity here to really, you can have the greatest defense in the world, but if you don't score, you can't really win.
Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter how many points you can, you know, not allow, but if you don't score at all, it's I don't think you can win very many games, and it seems as though Bandits might be finding that out the hard way here. Although they might have an opportunity here as RmMonkey takes it over one, almost doubles that into the back of the net. RmMonkey peak would have fed families, generations even. RmMonkey sends it up high, has a full tank of boost still. King Koku sends it across. RmMonkey with the demo here. Ghost Bacon gonna send it across. King Koku is gonna clear it out of his own end. Jonesy off the corner. Dino gonna get a touch over to King Koku. King Koku. The ball is not going to touch the ceiling, so Postman's going to go up for it. King Koku with one demo. Can't get Jonesy. Now a shot opportunity for Dino. Maybe top right, but a great save coming out from Ghost Bacon here. Jonesy, he gets a touch. No, he cannot actually. King Koku just beats him out there. RmMonkey takes it off the sidewall. He gets another, tries to pinch it down the field, but I think he accidentally pinched it down into the mid. You know, little unfortunate there. That's probably something that happened to me. As Postman can't find the touch. Dino gets it to the side. RmMonkey with the shot. He can't find it. It's a pass now. Dino clears it out. Postman, he needs to get this ball into the midfield at least, because the Bandits, they're building pressure slowly. Postman with a touch, but he gets 50'd out by Ghost Bacon. RmMonkey over to Jonesy. An insane pass, but it's going to waterfall down. Can anyone find it? RmMonkey can. And what a performance by the monkey.
Yeah, what a great follow-up. Jonesy, I thought he kind of skied it too much, but RmMonkey read the drop down perfectly and just kind of caught this Wyverns team off guard with such a beautiful read to set them up to take this game if Wyverns can't find another opportunity here.
Yeah, I mean, the pass to lead to that backboard opportunity was, I mean, absolutely electric, and then to finish it off. Great play, but still 10 seconds remaining. The Wyverns, they need to find a goal here to not have the series be tied at 1 apiece. King Koku down the pitch. Ghost Bacon doesn't have a lot of boost. Dino can't make the touch. Now it's King Koku. He gets it up into the air, but it's not going to be in the air for too long as the Bandits catch a Game 2 victory to tie the series up at 1.
Yeah, a lot more activity from Jonesy. A lot more, I'd say, better team play this time on the side of Bandits. They were passing, they were finding each other, they were reading the ball better. They even were able to outshoot Wyverns, kind of slow down that offense. And I think that is the recipe for success if you're Bandits. If you can slow them down and outpace them in this game, then I think you're set up for the rest of the series.
Yeah, you know, I think that's 100% correct. And, you know, as I said, Bandits, they weren't out of the series after that Game 1. I thought they played pretty well, but Game 2, they really came alive, and it had to do with the incredible team play. The Wyverns, they aren't rotating as well as they were in Game 1, and I feel like the Wyverns' rotations were never as strong as the Bandits. They just made up for it by better individual play. So they need to generate more opportunities by trying to get each other the ball. It seems as though they're trying to go for too many hero plays here as Jonesy sends it down. What a great clear, but Dino gets a touch, gets another. Can he get a third touch? He gets it over 3! Dino just absolutely decimates the Bandits' defense.
Yeah, another issue I kind of saw in Game 1, they kind of patched it up in Game 2, was third man always a little committed too much. I know that their first and second have been going for these pre-jumps, and if you don't get the pre-jump and get the hit, it kind of leaves that third man so awkward, and that generated a great opportunity there for the Wyverns, and just a great solo play by Dino.
That's a great pass coming out from Postman, but unable to connect there. King Koku gets a shot opportunity, but RmMonkey gonna slow it down here. Tries to get a flick, unable to get one. It's Postman off the wall. Can he get a touch? He does. Almost gets the 50 into the net. Dino with a great 50 of his own. Gets another touch. Ghost Bacon pops it high. King Koku can't find the touch. And now it's up to Ghost Bacon with 0 boost. And Postman races back and gets it just in the nick of time. What a save from him. Jonesy bounce shot. Can't find the back of the net, but this is going to be a very awkward ball to clear out. Can they do it? RmMonkey, he can't find the back of the net. That was so close to being a Bandits goal to equalize, Junk.
Yeah, as Jonesy gets another great opportunity here. And the follow-up, they've had so many quality opportunities on that possession, but they don't want to get punished like they did earlier, Gallium, as we've seen a lot of aggressiveness from both teams. We saw another double commit, and you do not want to let up easy goals in these close series.
100%. You do not want to give up the freebies here, as it seems like all these games have been 1-goal games so far. So very close margins for both games, and it's a 1-goal game here in game 3. So there's definitely a pattern being generated here as Jonesy and Dino connect for a nice 50. RmMonkey off the ceiling. He can't find the next touch. What a shot from Ghost Bacon. Oh my goodness.
A great little pop here for Rum. Gets bumped off, but Ghost Bacon up, finds the angle right over to Wyverns in the net. They're in prime position, but the power and the placement there from Ghost Bacon will tie up this game.
You know, I said I was looking for a little bit out of Ghost Bacon at the beginning of the game, and I think, I think I got it. I think I got it. But, there's always room for some more Ghost Bacon in all of our lives here. We'll see if that trend continues. But the ball, it's just gifted to King Koku. Jonesy already up. Can't find the touch. King Koku gets one. Tries to get a second, but RmMonkey there to defend. The ball is traveling in the opposite direction. Dino clears it into his own corner. Postman with a nice touch. Tries to get another. He's successful. Postman, he can't find it, but Dino gets the touch. Dino sends it across the face of the net. King Koku with the touch of his own. King Koku, he's going to try to find a shot here. Instead, opts for the pass, and he almost was able to put it in the back of the net. Postman with one, with a second, but he can't find the back of the net. Great defense from the Bandits. I mentioned how we need their offense to step up. Now their defense is as solid as ever here. Ghost Bacon sends it across. Postman, he gets a touch, gets a second. We know Postman's mechanical, but he doesn't have enough boost to really make a play there. Dino with one, a great pass across, and King Koku is going to put that in 24-7.
Yeah, great pass here by Dino. Kind of caught that third man kind of flat-footed. Jonesy not expecting a close follow there by Koku, but Koku will punish that every single day to put them up 2-1, and I don't believe we've had a single margin of more than 1 goal in the series, Gally.
That would be correct. That would be 100% correct. It seems like both these teams just really like close games. And, as the viewer, actually, I'm not technically the viewer, but as a person who is associated with this match that we were watching on our screens, I say that I love a good entertaining series, and this one has delivered in every way, shape, or form. We'll see if Jonesy can't get a goal here, but first he's going to have to get past this Wyverns defense, which has been stout as of recent. Ghost Bacon sends it across. RmMonkey tries to get it up the wall, and he's successful. Gets the 52. Now Jonesy gets a shot. Postman he kind of cut Dino there, but this is a great opportunity for him. Dino gets almost a touch. He can't find that one. RmMonkey with 0 boost, acting like he has 100. Sometimes that's the way to go. Ball's off the ceiling. Ghost Bacon gets a touch. Dino gets the second touch, but it's off the corner. RmMonkey with a great pass. Ghost Bacon doesn't have enough boost to get it up over the defense. Jonesy tries to pass it mid, but no one there to receive it. Postman is already up. What in the world? How in the world? Oh my goodness, what a touch coming out from RmMonkey. And what a save it was. And this one might go to the back of the net. Dino with a Hall of Fame save. That one might just win them game 3. We'll see, though. RmMonkey can't find the touch. King Koku's surveying for this ball, but Ghost Bacon's going to be the one to get to it first. Postman can't find it. Jonesy and RmMonkey trying to get this ball into the back of the Wyverns end. Ghost Bacon can't get the 50. 10 seconds left. Dino gets a 50 on RmMonkey, and now it's Postman. Gets a nice 50 himself. Jonesy with the 100 boost has a miscommunication with his teammate Ghost Bacon. Now all the Wyverns have to do is put the ball to the ground. This is still not on the ground, and it is going to be a chance for the Bandits here as Jonesy takes it all the way back, but he accidentally drops the ball in his back corner. A little unfortunate, but regardless, Wyverns what a defensive stand from them. And I mean, honestly, they looked great. And it seems as though they fixed some of their rotational issues and really started to trust each other in this game 3.
Yeah, they had such great trust in this game 3. We saw some double commits, but no punishment coming out from those. We saw a great defensive presence in the final minute and a half of that game there, Gallium. I believe no one got credited for saves on like any of those shots, but they're so quick to getting the 50s that they just put off the shot immediately.
Yeah, you know, it seems as though the 50s in this series are just absolutely bonkers. Both teams just really going for a lot of 50s. And hey, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get a win here. And we'll see if the Bandits can't extend this series. Now, if they lose this game and the series, they will not be eliminated just yet. They will have an opportunity to play another play-in game to try to get in to face the 8th seed. But let's not worry about that right now, as we have game 4 on Forbidden Temple. A lot of wacky things happen on Forbidden Temple here as Postman gets a touch, gets a second. He tries to find a third, but Dino is going to get the ball himself, gets bumped. Postman a little awkward here. King Koku beats a defender. King Koku is still up in the air, but he doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. He's going to try to get a pass, accidentally gets a bump, but it might just work out here. Postman, he's going to survey the area, gets a nice touch back into the corner where King Koku is. That's that teamwork I've been telling you guys about. Wyverns are doing is, wait a second, this could be dangerous, but Dino does his best, faking impression, and he gets it away. This Dino gets another touch, gets it past RmMonkey, and is continuing this down the pitch despite having 0 boost. He finally gets a boost, gets it over 1. Dino over 2. I mean, he just tried to do it all himself, and that allowed both his teammates to get boost. A very high-level play coming out from Dino.
Able to kind of settle down the offensive pressure that Bandits had, to give your teammates some time to recover, maybe even score a goal on that possession he had. We've seen the solo plays as Rum able to score here, able to get a big beat. He kind of missed at first, but stayed center. Not a whole lot of boost, so much faith that his teammate will get it there, and able to put it right around Postman and net.
Man, what a goal from RmMonkey, and it seems like he's having a generational series so far. RmMonkey's just been playing out of his mind, and hopefully that can net Bandits a game 4 win here, but still way too much time left on the clock here as Dino sends it off the backboard. Postman can't find the goal there as, a triple commit coming out from the Wyverns. This might just be open, and it is. Ghost Bacon gonna find a goal, and that is the first lead above 1 goal we have seen this entire series. Could that spell disaster for the Wyverns? We'll have to see here, Sean.
Yeah, they're gonna have to follow up this game to score 2 of their own just to tie it. But they've kind of shown too much aggression at times. This goes with both teams, and I'd say that's one of the only times they've been punished for it. But that is very costly when you are already down a goal in this game.
100%. Every goal matters, and it seems like no goals matter than more than the goals in this series that have been scored so far. As Postman sends it across the face of the goal, the ball is still floating in the air. Dino, he gets a touch. The touch is pretty sufficient. RmMonkey gets it down into the end, into the corner it goes. RmMonkey gets another touch. Now Ghost Bacon can't find the ball. King Koku gets it over 1. King Koku trying to find a pass. He's successful. Can there be a shot? Not yet, at least. Ghost Bacon tries to get it over 1, but Postman, great job defending from him. King Koku sends it down. Dino gonna get a nice touch into the side. As Dino gets another touch, tries to go for an insane ceiling play and accidentally saves his teammate's shot. That is very unfortunate, but I cannot lie, pretty funny.
Yeah, unfortunate timing. I feel like his teammate kind of put it where he kind of out of position of where he could place it better, but I feel like with the opportunities they have had in these last couple drives, I'd say they are primed to score and make this game a lot closer than it has been.
Yeah, 100%. They're looking to really find a goal here, and so far the Bandits just parking the bus, not allowing that to happen. As RmMonkey off the backboard. Dino Taking a nice touch. Dino with another touch down the pitch. Ghost Bacon gonna get a nice touch. And now it's Dino with 0 boost again. Where have we seen this before? He sends it across. Ghost Bacon with a nice touch. Steals the boost from Dino. And he demos out King Koku. RmMonkey gets a beautiful clear. This one is dangerous, but not that dangerous as King Koku is already ready for that one. RmMonkey sends a shot, but it's not powerful enough to really, be threatening there as Dino gets a touch over 1. Can he get a second? He almost can as Postman, the great save. Way to get back there on defense. Less than a minute remaining. Can the Bandits take this series to a game 5 to open up the play-in tournament? RmMonkey gets a touch here. Tries to find another. He's unable to. Ghost Bacon with the pass. Jonesy with another pass. Can anyone shoot this ball? Ghost Bacon with the 3rd pass. Can we get a 4th pass? I don't think we're getting a 4th pass here. But no goal coming out from Bandits. But they don't need a goal. They just need to keep locking down on defense. I think that's what they're going to keep doing. But an opportunity here for Dino. He just doesn't have any boost. And that might just do it here, as the Bandits played incredible defense all game long, and they're being rewarded for it here as King Koku sends it down. 15 seconds remaining. Jonesy over to Ghost Bacon. Ghost Bacon tries to get another touch, but he is demoed for his troubles. Postman with a singular touch. Postman gets another one. Can he find the 3rd touch? No, he cannot. 2 seconds remaining. Pretty much a formality at this point, but RmMonkey's going to keep it up. Try to, stat pad a little bit. Fakes it out. Ghost Bacon with a shot. And that one is just going to go wide here as Bandits take game 4. And now we're meandering our way into a game 5 at Champions Field. You can't really write a script better than this, right? Both teams have just been playing incredible back and forth action. But, the Wyverns, I'll have to say, are on the back foot here. It didn't look like they were very coordinated, and they let up 2 goals, and I don't think they should have. It was just lack of positioning. But Bandits, they capitalized on those goals, and they played amazing defense as they have this entire series. So, my thing with the Bandits defense is they don't allow a lot of shots to be saved. So you're not going to see Ghost Bacon or any of those guys have a lot of saves. They just play incredible in front, in their own end, to deny any of that high aerial nonsense, the shenanigans that Wyverns like to get up to. So, great defense from them. They just need to keep doing what they're doing. Hopefully they can take that into game 5 with the Wyverns on their end. They just need to stop making these mental errors, and they need to play together as a team, try to get those passes out to each other. And, for Dino's sake, I hope he stops having 0 boost and trying to take the ball down the entire field. Give that man some boost as game 5 is underway here. King Koku with a nice touch. RmMonkey, can he find the double early? He just might, as RmMonkey is just gonna double tap it into the back of the net. Who is this guy?
He's shown why he is on this team and why he's starting. He's shown why he can lead this team, and he is the guy they have looked to, the guy who has answered. Up 1 here early, but I won't count them out yet. We saw game 5 from these teams earlier in the regular season, and Wyverns got away with that one, so curious to see how they can bounce back.
Yeah, we'll see. Here's King Koku with a nice save. Dino takes a touch. He doesn't have a lot of boost here. Gets it down the pitch. Just wait a second, a miss coming out, and Dino is just going to get a goal. What in the world happened?
Yeah, Dino, no boost. As we've seen many times before, Ghost Bacon just kind of floated. I feel like it was a miscommunication. I feel like he said, someone else get it. After he kind of missed and didn't attempt anything more, as we got a kickoff goal here, Gallium, as goals are flying in this game 5.
Wow. There's been a lot of mistakes being made in this game 5. A lot of nerves going on, of course. But if both teams just settle down a little bit, we might have a little bit more of a defensive-sided game. We'll see, though, as still 4 minutes left on the clock here. Jonesy sends it up high to the backboard, but if you consider King Koku as the backboard at that point. Postman gets a nice touch, still has a lot of boost, but can't find that one as King Koku sends it down. It's in the midfield. Ghost Bacon trying to make up for that little comm error that happened earlier. seems to be doing just that. Postman with the shot. Dino, can he find the redirect? No, he cannot. Jonesy on the other end gets a touch. King Koku is up with it. King Koku into his own corner. Postman can't find the touch. King Koku pops it high. This is an opportunity, and Ghost Bacon's going to take that every day of the week.
Yeah, Ghost Bacon making up for his mistake on defense and able to find a great speed off the pop to beat a King Koku off the mistouch. And they put themselves up 2 in this game 3, and no one has even tied a 2-game lead. So they put themselves in prime position to be that 7th seed, unless Wyverns can formulate a plan to stop this momentum.
We'll see here as Ghost Bacon taking a shot. What a save from Dino. Jonesy, the shot of his own, just goes under King Koku, and it's a 3-goal lead. The Bandits are slowly running away with this one.
Yeah, Jonsey left in this one-on-one with Koku. Koku redirects it in his own net, as you see the blue trail there. King Koku kind of getting caught out in these defensive scenarios as Bandits are able to pile on more of a lead here.
Yeah, they sure are. And I think the Wyverns' issue is they're playing too much bang ball. But the bang ball is where they bang it into the Bandits' end for them to take control. But there's no one else on the Wyverns really capitalized. Dino takes a shot, just barely misses there. Sent off the side. King Koku, maybe with a shot of his own, tries to sneak it in bottom right, but is going to be unable to. Dino with a singular touch. Gets another. What a pass from Dino, but Postman misses the ball. And that is such a crucial mistake. And Postman's going to want that one back.
Yeah, that is tragic. It was such a great pass. Got it around everyone. Just a really good open look, but not able to capitalize either one of their attempts. And they need those attempts as Bandits just winding down the clock as they kind of get caught on defense here, but they only need to make sure they don't score 3 goals.
Yeah, I think they might just be able to do it. And, the Wyverns' only goal came off of a Bandits mistake and Bandits error, but they just don't make any mistakes. I mean, it's pretty much wraps for this Wyverns team. We'll see what they can do as King Koku gets a nice touch. Postman's up with it. Postman to the sidewall. Jonesy going to get a controlled touch here. King Koku 50s it back. Postman with 1. Tries to get a second. He's successful. Gets a lot under that ball, but unable to send it towards the net. Jonesy with a nice double from him. Ghost Bacon going to try to send it towards the net, but it's going to be off the backboard. All 3 players for the Bandits are going. We have not seen this kind of play for the Bandits, but, they're up by 3. They're feeling themselves. Why not? As RmMonkey just misses the ball, and this is just another goal off of the Bandits just missing in their own end. This game is a fever dream.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of balls be redirected. We've seen a lot of insane balls just being hit off their own players, getting that trail, and not expected from these teams' players as Bandits find themselves getting capitalized on, but they've still got that 2-goal lead.
Yeah, we'll see if they can't hold on to it here. And why watch the College Football National Championship when you can watch this peak game that's happening in front of our screens right now? Game 5 action. Wyverns, they need 2 goals. I'm interested to see if they can't get a goal here in the next couple of seconds. As, oh my goodness, that 50 could have almost been detrimental for the Bandits. Dino gets a touch, tries to get a second, but he doesn't have any boost. His ball's popped high though. Can King Koku get to it? I think he got bumped there. RmMonkey with a great save. A great shot from Postman. King Koku fakes it out. Jonesy against Dino. The nice 50 coming out, but RmMonkey's going to be there to clean it up. Postman with a nice touch. Tries to get another. He's successful, but Ghost Bacon going to 50 him out. King Koku over to RmMonkey, who sends it off the backboard. This could be dangerous. Dino with the shot. Can't find the back of the net there. RmMonkey continuing to have a great game. Great series, rather. It's Jonesy and RmMonkey going to 50 that one together to pinch it out of their end. Ghost Bacon with a touch. King Koku, nice touch of his own. Ghost Bacon sends it down. Tries to get another, but Postman is there for that one. Postman can't find the touch. Dino is there. Can he send it down the field in time? Can they score in time? It's an insane shot coming out, but an even bigger save from Ghost Bacon. And that one just might do it here as the Bandits, despite all odds, get this win in probably one of the most strange fashions ever, but they just looked so much better than the Wyverns in that game 5.
Yeah, such an impressive start by the Bandits, and they're able to keep on and hold on to that lead. RmMonkey playing incredible, incredible defense, incredible offense, leading this team, really, really showing Wyverns that if they want to get into this playoffs, they are going to have to go down and play the winner of that game, and that will be a rough plan for them if they do. Just because if they do win against a team that has just won, like I said earlier, that has momentum, they do have to play that Rooks team, and that is not a place you want to be. But this team has all the talent to really do that.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to. We'll see. But it was a great series overall. I think the Bandits definitely deserve that one. But they'll move on to face the Gladiators in the playoffs, 2nd versus 7th seed. Should be a fun matchup. But speaking of matchups, we're gonna get you guys to the next playoff game, or sorry, postseason game rather. As this game was pretty intense, pretty awesome. But this next game might just be even better. We'll see here as. Chunk, again, thank you for being in the booth with me. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you for casting with me too, as we got to see an incredible game to start off this postseason.
Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of this postseason. You guys should be too, so stay tuned. So we got a bunch of matches coming on after this. Peace out, y'all.